So are we ready to choose our characters?
We are. Yeah, sorry. I forgot that I always forget that I need to deal out cards. So there should be the engineers. Where's the engineers? Or sorry, the first officers card. It should be somewhere. That's where the identities are, and this is where the characters are. Okay, I think it's in here. Engineer. Sorry, the first officer. There it is. So we take this, put this here.
Wait.
Shuffle.
No, it is character, not identity.
Yeah, but it doesn't really matter. They're the same right now.
It can
Alright.
matter because you see the back of the cards in the hand.
Yep. True.
So we can
Fine.
exchange.
Anyone that doesn't have their disc in the innocent box, put one now.
Okay. So you're gonna look at your cards, and then you're gonna pick one to be your PC, and then you're gonna pick one to be your bonus character. And Yanez, you're the only new player in the game. If you want to go into another room and discuss your characters, we can do that. Eventually, I'm gonna have like little strategy tips for.
Oh wait, we have teams again?
We do not have teams. It's a 5-player game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not playing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you want to. The option is to discuss in a separate room with you, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yep, that's a good option. I'm up for that.
All right, so Yan, you can meet me in another room real quick, and I can discuss briefly.
Yep.
right. So green can go. Okay, so as their first action, they're going to suborn the stranger with 2 cubes. And then they're going to activate the stranger. And the stranger starts there. They're going to do a free pickup action. And every character has a carrying limit of 3 items, except for the monkey, who has a carrying limit of 4 items. So they're going to pick up as a free action. They still have 2 actions left. They're going to grab a compromat, pick up a compromat as their first actual action.
Second action.
Yeah, I moved from storage, so first action.
Oh, you moved? Okay, so move action is to move. Second action is to pick up the weapon for free. And then the other action is to grab the compromat. And that is Green's turn, unless they wanted to use their bribe token. Your bribe token allows you to, it's basically like a wild compromat. You can use this to bribe any character. If it's an unrevealed character, they just have to do what you say. If it's a revealed character, meaning a player, you offer it to the player and they can accept it or reject it. If they accept it, they get a point at the end of the game. This bribe is worth a point to any player that has it at the end of the game, including you.
Okay.
So I suborn the commander and I activate her. I use my first action to move. I pick up compromat for free. And because I have command, I can use system action and I turn jammers off.
So moved as one action, picked up as a free action, and then did a system action, which can be done by anyone that has command or anyone that is in one of these rooms that has a blue computer icon. So there's 2 rooms that have a blue computer icon.
Have this changed now that the compromat is an item that you can pick up?
Yes.
All right.
People were doing it anyway, so.
Yeah, I get it.
We want
Yeah,
that.
I think it's a good change.
Okay. Let me see.
For those that don't know, we
I
have
do know
you
that I want to suborn the Astro Chimp. Move him over.
Right. So the way that the Astro Chimp works slightly differently when you suborn, in that only one person, the Astro Chimp is loyal, so only one person can ever be the Astro Chimp's conspirator. So if somebody else wanted to suborn the chimp, now they have to put 2 cubes down, and then this cube goes back to the previous person. And the chimp's other ability is Tunnel Rat, meaning that they can go through these brown dash lines.
Let me see. Yeah. So it's useful that the jammers are already off. Okay, I'm going to...
And now that the jammers are off, by the way, are off, the Exile and the Stowaway have command access. Because they're
Right.
both hackers, and when the jammers are off, they act as if they have command.
I think I'm going to remove this this hazard in magnetic containment. Also drop the helmet. Dropping the helmet is a free action.
So a helmet is useful because it protects you against attacks by weapons. So if somebody attacks you with a weapon, but you have a helmet on, or they can't attack you with a if you have with a weapon if you have a helmet on. It also protects you against hazards. So hazards are gas. So there's a gas hazard there, even though it's not on there right now.
Because
Fire.
it was removed.
It was removed. It's no longer part of the setup, is what you're saying, Peter? I don't remember that.
Someone
No,
removed it
removed.
just now.
Oh, somebody did hazard suppression to remove it?
Yep.
Okay. So gas is a hazard, fire is a hazard, and space is a hazard. So space would be EVA. Samuel. So if you require a helmet in the place, that is a hazard.
Perfect.
And
Open on the engineer. Pick up its compromat. Move to the forward hub. And move to the rear hub.
And put your disc on the character.
Disk on the engineer. Activation disk.
all right, is that keep turn?
End of turn, right?
So yeah,
Yep.
now it's your turn. So
Mhm.
you need to concern yourself with your main victory condition and
Mhm.
your bonus victory condition. So both of those things are things that you want to try working towards. So you want to do whatever your bonus character wants, either survive or die before Stationfall. And you need to try to work towards that. And then the main victory condition, which is what it is, and you can suborn any character to that end. So your main character gets points for doing things, and you want to create a situation where your main character can do those things.
I see. I think I understand what you're getting at. But as I'm still computing all the stuff happening in the station, I probably start with getting one of these compromat tokens, because
Yes.
that seems like
That's
a
a
good
good
thing.
idea. And
Um,
remember that we have a player aid here to tell you,
Yeah.
what to do at the beginning, when you should reveal, and what happens if you're dead.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
But compromat
Then-
is a good first thing.
You can
Okay,
still
then I will
pick up some compromats.
Sorry?
Here. You can pick these compromats quite easily.
So I could, for example, take the what's this guy, Daredevil, and what powers does he have? Oh, okay.
The Daredevil could pick up a compromat for free, pick up a nanomeds, and move.
Mhm.
Or they could just pick up the compromat and move twice.
I will do the first thing, I think. Get the compromat, get the nanomeds. So the compromat goes into my hand, and the nanomeds go on the Daredevil, right?
Yes.
Correct.
Okay, then I pick this up. Then as my first action, pick the nanomeds. Some here. Thank you. And then I can move. I guess the only place is here.
Yep.
Good. Okay. So that's my turn, right?
It is. Alternatively, if you wanted to not pick up the nanomeds and instead move here and then move here, so that would be one action, two actions. Well, you picked up the compromat as your free pickup, never mind.
Ah, but yeah, okay, I see the weapons. Okay, yeah.
Andy, are you in charge of the turn markers?
No, but I can be. I think we're all
Good.
collectively in charge of the turn markers.
Yeah.
We're
but-
voting for you.
Exactly.
I don't have enough. I don't have enough to pay attention to. So sure.
Okay,
You're
so
the game master.
I suborn the exile and I activate him. I'll move to the machine shop and I'll pick up the weapon for free.
So all of these rooms with purple backgrounds, they have special abilities, and unfortunately, right now they're all listed up here. We're working on a map that has the information in the room. So, for example, the machine shop, you can drag a robot there to repair it if you don't have jury rig. If you're curious about what any room does, it's listed there. But I'll try to mention things as they become important.
Mm-hmm.
And as my second action,
Josephine had a good idea, I believe, or at least worth trying, to have all these texts on a minimap, and that minimap with the text just pointing at the different places, and that minimap part of the player aid. And we're going to have 9 player aids, so each player can have a player aid of their own. And then you can study these.
I'm not understanding what you're like a different. What's on the minimap? Just the map?
No, it's the minimap of the station. So you see the station as, but in a smaller version, so you can easily locate. I mean, like so if you want to go, for example, you want to read something about the tanks, then a smaller version of this one is in the center, and then you have all the texts around it with pointing, or is somehow made that you can easily see which room has which.
But the map is not going to be the same every time.
Exactly. So if you have that would be for all the text that is not linked to a character, and then the character will be on the characters. You will have it, of course, on cards that are superimposed.
Again, you can't have a map that is going to change every game. Like there's no. You're saying
but that would be the pre-printed. I mean, the map changes only because of which characters are in the game.
Right.
Yeah. So there will be a few changes, but the standard map with the many of these pieces of information.
Right. In this game in particular, we have the panic pod, we have the shred room, we have the medevac pod, and we have the cargo claw, and we have the incinerator, and the reactor works differently. That's just this game.
I know these things. Okay, maybe we should take this. This was just a piece of information that I wanted to share with the playtesters. And
we can discuss it later. Yes.
All right. We can do that. But anyways,
and
it's
I
just a
think
way of
the
presenting information.
minimap to fit all the information will be very, very big.
Yeah. So
I
the
think it
information
is
will be
not
the
useful.
standard rooms and the standard texts, because I mean the reason was that the map is very cluttered, and also the fact that when you play this game and you want to read something about one of the rooms, you tend to do it when it's your turn. But if you have it on a player aid, you can study the map and think about your strategy and see all the information in a handy way while waiting for the other players.
I can see.
Then of course you have the special rooms which come with the characters, and that kind of information should be on the on the map, of course. But many of these rooms don't hold any special rules. They are just another escape pod that follows standard rules.
Almost every room has a special ability.
why isn't there like any There
Yes, but
seems
there's
to be
no
quite a bit of
text.
room next to the room to put a bit of text. Why not have it directly on there, close to the room?
That is exactly what we're planning on doing.
Yeah, and so that is true. That is the plan. But what I was saying was that the reason for that would be that then it's harder to access the information. You have to read it. You can put pieces on top of it so you don't see it. You have to reach all over the table on that. Instead, you can have it
I
on
agree.
the array.
May I propose that we do the debriefing after the game?
Yes, I just answered that question. Sorry. All right, and I just wanted to.
I
Point this
suborn
out.
the stowaway. And the stowaway first move is to move to any dark room. So I move to the tanks. Say hello to the daredevil, and I move from here and I pick up the helmet.
Okay.
I was deconnected now. Did you deliberately kick me out, Andy?
No.
I didn't think so, but it was just an interesting coincidence.
Well, Jung, you don't have to be paranoid. The first officer is paranoid.
Yeah, I know.
So I'm supporting
but,
the first officer. I think I'm going to use 2 cubes on him. Pick up the helmet. Move to rear life support and EVA.
I don't care if Yoon is watching the game, but it remains to be seen if he gets muted.
Just to make sure, I have 1 free pickup, but then I can still pick something up with an action. Right?
You have 1 free pickup, and you can do 2 actions on top of that. And then some characters also have other kinds of free actions. So, for example, if the medical bot reveals, they can move. Sorry, not even at the reveal. So the medical bot has the emergency ability. They can move into a section with a downed human as a free action. The daredevil can move. The daredevil can move into a hazard as a free action.
I'm just gonna do the inspector instead. Where is he? Didn't see the dark brown. Can move to the chem labs, pick up the compromat, and then move to the biolabs. Actually, wait.
An inspector
What if
can pick the compromats from the adjacent rooms if you want.
In the chem room and make a firebomb.
Huh.
Oh no.
That's an action. You could make a firebomb.
Firebomb? Okay.
That seems more useful than just moving there. It was good to have. If someone uses it on me, but who knows?
It's never a bad idea to have a firebomb just in case. The inspector likes to plan for all possibilities. So a firebomb, by the way, if you throw a firebomb at a section, it will create a fire in that section, and fire damages a section. So that section no longer has its ability when it is damaged.
Okay.
And the fire is spreading on the rings.
Yes, in gravity sections, the fire will spread. In zero gravity sections, the fire will not spread. So gravity sections are anything that is a circle space, zero gravity is squares and stars. So there's artificial gravity on the rings because the rings are spinning, but there's zero gravity everywhere else.
Okay. I'll put a cube on the troubleshooter. And move him. And I will move him.
If you have any questions, by the way, Jan, you can message me, and I will answer them.
That is a good idea. I probably will soon. Okay, I will just do something like straightforward and move the troubleshooter to quickly think.
You can pick this compromise if you want.
Yeah, exactly. I will do that. Do the free pickup, and then I have one more action, I think. And well, I'm not sure what to do, so I will just move him over here to the mainframe. And okay. Okay, yes, it's my turn.
And we move the turns.
All right. Okay. I'll activate. I'll activate the stranger. Two moves into the reactor, and I'll pick up the nanomeds. And that's it.
So one thing to note, cameras, this is a new thing. Cameras can only be turned off from the security station. You have to be in the security station to turn off the cameras. So the monkey, you can suborn the monkey to turn off the cameras, or you can suborn, yeah, that's it. You can suborn the monkey to turn off the cameras. You can also turn off the cameras by damaging a section, because if you damage a section, then you go to backup power, and that immediately turns off the cameras and the jammers.
Okay, but it's not a system action that can be done by command.
Correct.
Right.
I suborn engineer. I activate engineer. I go to the rec room. I pick up dive suit for free. And my second move to the...
A reminder that the dive suit along with the helmet, allows you to survive. Go back into or get into the mesosphere. Body surf back there.
I suborn the cyborg test subject. I print the evidence. I mean the Project X, and I transmit it to the counselor. And I take a look at Project X.
Wait, so what happened exactly now? So you activated the cyborg?
Yes.
Cyborg is where?
Prints the information as to the identity of Project X, which you can manufacture here, and its data. The jammers are off, so we can now send data at will. Data would be Project X or the evidence. I think that's the data that we have in this game.
Yes,
and you can send it to anybody.
Yeah.
And I just sent it to the counselor.
And
now both the test subject, and if you activate the test subject or the counselor, you can find out what is in Project X.
Yep.
then the test subject could make Project X right now.
No.
They could make X secret data, but they already have the X secret data.
So,
I mean, how do you activate Project X?
Project X is activated by a bridge action, either by doing bypass, or you can also plunge the station into blackout. So if you damage 2 sections, if you damage 2 sections, you would still need to remove this lock. So let's just say bypass right now. I don't want to give too much information.
And you can use command in Kerala.
Yeah, as a command action, you can go in here and then you can release it.
The cube on the commander? And the commander could go through locked doors, right?
Locks. Correct.
Yep. And pick up a gun. Okay.
That's not scary at all.
Wait, who's the guy?
Making sure no one else can pick it up. It's fine.
The commander, is authorized to have a gun. No one else on board is, but the commander is. That's why it's there.
So is the panic pod put there because of the commander, or
No, it's put there because of the first officer.
Okay.
The commander actually is why the medevac pod is in the game.
Okay.
I'm thinking with the first officer in the game. I didn't want the first officer in the game because suborning is difficult, and that's just one less character that people can regularly suborn, and it's already tight with the starting 12. But I feel like removing a chaos character and adding a lawful character is going to make the games a little less swingy, particularly with the whole antimatter business that has been happening recently. And it also adds an extra escape pod, which I feel like adding as many escape pods as possible in a beginner game is probably a good idea, which is why the Inspector is also in the game. The Inspector replaced the security bot for the starting 12. The security bot I thought was a lawful character, but it turns out is not. Turns out the security bot is used for murder.
How do you repair sections? I can't remember.
So somebody with jury rig. So the engineer and the troubleshooter both have jury rig. In this game in particular, there's many more ways, but in this game, that's how you do it.
I think there is no other way to repair sections.
You can repair sections with a damage, or with a drone, can't you?
Oh yes, that's
Yeah.
Okay. So system actions is either when I'm in the position, like in the room, or if I'm
Yeah. If you have command access.
okay. But if I'm in the room, I don't need special access or anything. Like
Correct.
if I wanted to, okay, then I will take 2 cubes to the base monkey. Wait.
Okay.
Wasn't there a cube there?
I thought there was a
There
cube
was
there.
there was a cube, and that
That's
cube was
true.
removed.
That's a special ability of the of the Astro Chimp.
The Astro Chimp is loyal.
Ah, okay. Yeah, you should read both sentences, I guess. Not just the first one. Okay, then I will activate him to turn off the cameras. And
So the other system actions you can do are you can change activate contingency protocol to change who is in command. So right now the commander is in command, and you can change this to somebody else if you wanted to. You can do fire suppression, but there is no hazard anywhere on board right now, so that doesn't really do much. You can turn on or off jammers. Those are the system actions. You can also just move the monkey somewhere. Oh, you can manufacture evidence if you feel like the evidence is going to be useful for some reason.
That's just generic evidence that
Yeah.
might or might not be used at some point later.
Yeah. If you intend to kill people, perhaps manufacturing evidence is not a good idea. Or alternatively, if you intend to kill people and you feel like somebody else is going to send the evidence, maybe manufacturing evidence is a good idea.
Is it limited? Like, is there?
No, it's data. Data is not limited.
But if with the evidence, I could like set this guild thingy and.
Yes.
You
can use evidence to either guilt other people or redeem yourself from a guilty verdict. So you can use evidence to implicate other people or redeem yourself.
Okay, but right now with the cameras off, there is not so much guild going on, anyways, right?
Correct.
Yeah, well then, I would not.
If you want to move the monkey so that somebody else can't do stuff in the security station, that's a thing.
That's actually a good point. Maybe I just move the monkey to here.
Okay.
Life support.
and remove the turn.
I'm activating the exile.
I'm going to be away from the computer for a few minutes, but I'm still listening.
Picking up the helmet. Moving to the escape pod and picking up the compromat there.
End your turn.
Yeah, just wondering if I'm using a bribe or a compromat.
Bribe is usually better towards end, not now.
Okay, that's turn.
Okay, I activate the square line. I move to the bridge. And I trigger abandon ship because I am hacker, as that's mean command. Right. So the locks
Sorry,
are
what?
removed.
What are you doing?
I am using protection to trigger abandon ship. So now all locks are removed.
And that's gonna launch the exile.
No.
Project X will be launched if you damage the vault, but you can also do it from the bridge.
It says launch all occupied pods immediately, so exile goes away.
No, it.
All right. So the way that abandoned ship works. Okay. So here, this is how abandoned ship works. When you trigger abandoned ship, that means that pods can now be launched. All right. Before that, only the medevac pod and the OSHA ship could be launched. Now, if you trigger abandoned ship again after abandoned ship has already been triggered, anyone in a pod gets launched.
Okay. Sure. So that's different than what's written on the thing.
No?
If already an abandoned ship, immediately launch all... Okay, sorry. Misread that.
And the pods can be launched from the pods after one turn, or...
Yeah, the way that launching pods works normally is you can either launch a pod from, and in that case you put a timing disc on the pod to show that at the end of the player's next turn, that will launch a pod. That will launch the pod, whether they're in it or not. The other way that you can launch a pod is through another character in an adjacent section. So you can, for example, bribe somebody to push the button to launch you immediately, and you don't have to wait a turn to launch that pod. And then the third way is triggering abandoned ship for a second time or another time to launch that pod. So you can have, there's two ways to launch pods with other characters, and one way to launch a pod by yourself.
Which also means that the stowaway is now in a position to kind of doom everybody on board, almost.
Yes.
I think I will activate the counselor and move to the machine shop.
I think I'll use the engineer. And pick up the loot of free action. A free pickup, rather. And move to the rear hub.
You pick loot on the right side.
Whoops.
Is it my turn?
Yes, it is. Sorry.
Okay. Okay.
Can I use both a compromise and a bribe on the same
Yes.
turn to activate? Okay. To activate the same character.
Yes.
I will activate the troubleshooter and move to the gem lab.
Okay. I'll activate the stranger. Move him to the escape pod. Then I will bribe the first officer.
That's the engineer. Yeah.
I'm searching for it. Okay, right there. To move him to the rear airlock.
So I wasn't paying attention, or at least I wasn't watching the screen.
Yeah, I did.
Did you follow the paranoid ability
No,
when
but
you?
tried. Yeah, cannot be used.
If you want to launch the stranger pod, you can bribe Stowaway to launch our pods.
So you can't bribe the first officer, and so the first officer is paranoid, meaning you can only suborn the first officer if you already have a conspirator in the same room as the first officer, number one, and they cannot be bribed.
Good. But yeah, I'll do what was suggested, which is bribing the stowaway to launch the pod instead.
So I think you can choose to launch that one pod or to lose.
No, you launch all pods. All occupied.
No. All occupied pods are launched.
So it'll launch
the
captain, the commander as well.
So if somebody's the commander, they just had a bad day. No, my staff. I have to go down with the ship.
Okay, what else? What else?
If somebody's a troubleshooter, they just had a very good day because a bunch of people just escaped.
One second.
And did we move turn? This, I think
we did not.
I just sat back down, so I don't know what's going
on. And you are releasing Project X at home?
I'm sorry?
You are releasing Project X at home because you are doing some strange sounds.
Oh.
So the Exile has a decent score already. Or the Stranger, maybe.
Who knows?
Exactly.
Or the bot.
I'll use a compromat.
This could be 10 points.
And are you done?
No, sorry, I'll use the troubleshooter's compromat and kill the inspector.
Yes, you can.
Wait, so that would put me in suspect? No,
No.
cameras are off.
Cameras are off.
Okay, and that's turn.
Okay, Ice, Born, Master Chimp. Oh. I move back to the security room.
I got disconnected. Try to join again.
Or maybe it's quite stupid. Oh, I will. And I turn camera on.
Okay.
No more murdering.
No.
So I was quickly disconnected. So what happened?
I'm now taking my turn. I'm just thinking a little. Sorry.
Troubleshooter killed Inspector. And Monkey turned camera on.
Oh, Inspector. Mm. Okay. I think I will. Okay, the first officer is moving in and moving into the pod in order to pick up compromise.
Hmm. I think I might suborn the stove.
So no one. So they're dead people, but the medical bot hasn't revived anybody.
So in this case, I could pick up one compromat for free, and then the other directions I could pick up all the rest.
Yeah,
Yes.
Right, I'm just gonna pick up 3 compromat then.
Good move.
Before the exile does.
A reminder: you can also pick up compromat anywhere on the station.
From the shred room, yeah.
Um. I don't know. I will just go and activate the Daredevil and move in here. Pick up Compromat for free and the helmet as a second action. Where is it?
My turn, huh?
Yes, I moved there. 8 minutes left. Distraction.
So a reminder for any victory conditions that may be something that you want. The artifact is here. The biosamples can be manufactured here. The loot is already, looks like it was already taken.
On the
Engineer has it.
And those are, and the evidence is can be manufactured here. So a lot of victory conditions depend on those items.
Mm-hmm. I'll suborn the troubleshooter. And I'll move to the biolab.
And you can pick up Firebomb for Inspector, or you can drag Inspector with you.
Yeah.
It's up to
True. True.
Firebomb is always nice to have.
There was a long time when nobody was doing anything with the firebombs. In fact, we actually added firebomb victory conditions to characters just because Matt was sad that nobody was starting fires.
If I manufacture the firebomb, I can throw it then on the test subject.
So
Pick it up for free from the Inspector.
Because
Sorry.
it
you
can only
can
throw anti-spin ward.
Right, so when you throw things in the ring, it has to be anti-spinward. So you see these arrows? Because when you're spinning and you throw something in the direction that you're spinning in, it's just going to hit you right back in the face.
It is not good if it's a firebomb.
That's a sucking way of.
you can kill Cyborg with a weapon.
It'd be nice to also have an arrow of throw direction as well. If spinward is the only thing that matters for spinward is knowing you can only throw anti-spinward. So anyway.
100% a thing that should be in there, and I will note that.
So firebomb, huh? If I do that, I move. I can't kill this dude. I'll just kill. I'll just do this.
Yeah, well, you can. You can.
You will become
You can
suspect.
pick up the firebomb for free if you want, because the inspector has it, right?
Oh, the inspector has one. Okay, yeah.
That's what
Okay,
Peter was saying.
sure,
Yeah, so you
sure.
can
Okay, so I'll
definitely
move him to the troubleshooter.
Yeah. I mean, if you like to have firebombs aroused,
I love that.
you're sharing the troubleshooter right now with somebody who might have different plans, of course, with with firebomb.
But you are a suspect, yeah, because you killed human.
Yep.
In the section.
Yeah, the camera's on again, yeah.
Oh, then I won't do that.
It's up to you.
Remember, if you become a suspect, all that means is that if somebody sends the evidence, you become guilty. So you can, become a suspect and then just prevent the evidence from getting out. But
Sure, but
that's the risk that you take when you commit a crime.
uh-huh.
With everyone watching.
The other thing you could do, conceivably, is actually throw the firebomb and a spinward, and it will, of its own accord, spread to the biolab.
Oh, I like that. Okay, I'll do that. So I use the firebomb, and it creates a fire in the chem lab.
Yep.
Okay, so that is the fire that has started in gravity. So we're gonna put a time disk. Peter, how does it working? I forget. It's just adjacent sections, right?
No, just here. Not now.
Okay. But yeah, when this time disk gets off, then you put it to the adjacent sections.
You put it on a spinward section.
In the spinward section. So yeah, when this so now this fires in gravity. So the fires in gravity direction and just go around the station. So at the end of Green's next turn, the fire is going to spread to the biolab. And if there are still characters there and they don't have a helmet, then they're going to have a bad time.
And I think we forgot that cameras are on, so the first officer has the command. Right now.
Oh, because right, of course, because yeah, that's
the commander has left the station, so the first officer is in command.
Yep.
Interesting.
And are you done?
Yeah, sure. Sorry, that was a long turn.
Yeah, no.
What a fun one.
Not that long, really.
It's not antimatter hot potato long.
Exactly.
Okay, so fire will only spread at the end of my next turn? Okay.
Yep. But it keeps spreading, so...
Okay, I will reveal self as the commander.
How surprising. So your forceful presence is useful.
So I can use as a free action someone with me. That's not good.
Yeah. But also somebody in the chain of command.
So I use the first officer who has command. So I use fire suppression, and I change fire to gas.
Nice.
Well, what does gas do?
It's a hazard, but it doesn't spread anymore.
So, Peter, are you activating the commander?
No.
How are you using the power if you're not activating him?
You can.
Yeah, you must go activate the commander.
Oh no.
Every turn you activate the commander is when you can do that.
Oh
Peter.
no.
Yeah. But that's the way to do
That's
it.
why I was confused.
Yeah, it's, my bad.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
So
The
put the fire
commander's
back.
forceful presence, Peter. The commander's forceful presence doesn't mean much when they're.
Yeah, that's
you know,
my reveal
back
was
corner.
quite stupid. So
It was dramatic.
yeah, because some idiot launched me from my lovely station.
The rest of the crew on board is not very happy with the commander right now. That they just she just abandoned them. So I don't think that she would take actions, or they would take actions
Yeah.
anyway.
Aren't you the one that put the stowaway in the bridge?
Okay, I guess that ends your turn, right?
No, so I will not,
put the fire
not
back
use
in
the
the
first
chem lab.
officer, I use the Astro Chimp.
Oh, okay, in that case, alright. Astro
Oh,
Chimp can do the same.
maybe. No, I will suborn.
I mean, it doesn't
I
matter
will
too much.
suborn the troubleshooter, and the fire will.
They don't have command.
Oh, never mind. Where is-
Some cubes were removed from the commander. Shouldn't they have stayed there? Because
No, if you reveal, your cubes go back to you, and all other cubes go to the betrayal box.
even if they have escaped.
Yes. And all
Okay.
characters reveals at the end of the game.
Oh man.
I use troubleshooter, I drop weapon, and I move.
Okay, I'm going to give the commander a few points, I'm afraid. Counselor moves in with the first officer, picks up the compromat. That's nice. I use the stowaway compromat to launch this ship.
Yeah, nice. I agree.
Okay.
This is definitely not a chaos game. The people that want people to die are not doing very well.
Good work, first officer.
Yeah. Nobody's dying.
Gonna
This
use
is
the
the
engineer?
least amount of deaths I've seen as my third game.
This
And
is
I'm gonna-
among the least amount of deaths that I've seen, and this is I've spectated maybe 40, 50 games at this point.
And I'm gonna
This is
move to
almost like a Euro game now.
the magnetic containment. And I'm gonna reveal to be the engineer. And then I can put an whatever the overload cube is. Time this.
So you can put a disc of your color, that's what a time disc is, on any section, and at the end of your next turn, that section will be damaged.
And can I put it here to trigger the antimatter, or is it just
No.
something I need to trigger manually?
That doesn't trigger the antimatter. To trigger the antimatter, you had to remove the antimatter from magnetic containment, or trigger self-destruct in the bridge.
Yeah, because I couldn't find it anywhere on the board.
It is not
What
on
can
the
I
board.
damage?
You can damage some pods, or
So if you damage this section or this section, that will move the station into backup power. So if you wanted to, damage, for example, the reactor, now that you are revealed, you can damage sections as if you have a gun. So if you wanted to damage, generally when I play the engineer, I usually damage a section that's really far away from me, so that I
That
can
seems smart.
do two things at the same time.
That just
Now
damages one.
And as seeing as how you're the engineer, you want the station to go into blackout so that people can't leave. However, a bit late for that. A lot of people have left the station.
Yep.
but you revealed, so the cubes are removed from the engineer. Yes. And you can pick up the antimatter.
If you wanted to. All right, so the engineer is currently at their limit, and the antimatter may actually count for 2 slots. But right now you are at your limit. You have the dive suit, the loot, and the antimatter. Note that the dive suit is not useful without a helmet. So this is currently a useless dive suit.
The
Oh,
antimatter.
That's
yeah,
weird.
but the engineer doesn't matter.
The antimatter gets armed when it leaves the magnetic containment, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Mhm.
Man, I was one finger away from using the first officer's compromat to move them out of the pod during my turn. I should have done it.
Yeah, it usually do better now than later.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you may never have opportunity again.
Lesson learned.
Then
Hmm.
I might have used the bribe.
True. Well, it's still losing you 1 point.
Okay.
And my
So many
Discord was
survivors.
messing up. My Discord was messing up on my computer, so I have to check my phone to see if. So let me know if you sent me a message, because it won't pop up on my computer.
Yeah, I did. That's not.
So a thing to note for everyone: robots can go into hazards. Robots do not need a helmet to go into hazards.
Mm-hmm.
Robots have like an implant helmet.
I mean, the robots. They're not gonna.
That makes a surprising amount of sense.
Rules technically, you could see it that way. But yeah.
But you are not protected from the weapons, so it doesn't make sense much.
Okay, then I will put a cube on the cyborg.
Peter, the weapon is not like just it can be something that like damages a battery or something.
Oh, will I actually?
Yes.
Maybe I won't. Maybe I.
Wait, we have.
We'll have to keep like a separate thread going for all of the excuses for why this works a certain way. The thematic apologies, I'll call it.
Okay, yeah. Let's do the cyborg and. I disc on it. Pick up the weapon.
So remember to check your reveal power too. If, at some point, and this tip will tell you when you might want to reveal.
Good point. But yeah,
revealing
I'm
may
moving.
give you a special ability that you may be interested in having.
Moving here with the cyborg guy and attacking the troubleshooter.
Ooh.
All right, so that happened with a fugitive. The test subject is a fugitive, so they do not become a suspect, even though it
Yes.
happened in a lit section with cameras on.
Yeah, that was
Troubleshooter is a fugitive.
No, the
cyborg.
Okay.
So
Yeah, so we said before, wrong thing
So
that
troubleshooter dropped his weapon. Test subject gladly picked it up to kill him.
yes, in previews the test subject with weapon can kill test subject without penalty because test subject can be attacked.
I guess this is the end of your turn, right?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
And I move the turn.
You moved
This is a
you just moved
five-player game.
the turn marker?
Yes.
Hmm.
All right, so wait 1 second. And I know that this is last minute, but I just remembered I wanted to test lesser turns. So my thinking was doing the number of players minus 15. So we have a 5-player game, so that would be 10 turns. So this would be, it would mean that we started. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there would be 2 more turns left in the game. Or I could just do that next time because I guess you all didn't know that was a thing. How do you all feel about it? Are you cool with the game ending in 2 turns?
I mean, it's a bit short notice.
Okay, I'll do it next time. Sorry, that was my mistake for not remembering that. I wanted to test that.
Yep.
Remind me, everyone.
I'm not against it, but if you don't know, it's not really a test, right?
You're absolutely correct.
Okay. I will simply renegotiate.
Usually a useful idea.
Oh, and fire spreads.
Right.
Sadly, it kills no one.
Okay, I use Daredevil. Yes. Oh, maybe not. Mm-hmm. I use the medical.
I had the same
Sure,
idea.
just-
I go to the troubleshooter for free. I revive him. So 1 healing.
This gives- Right.
And
Few reminders of ways to escape. The medical, the medevac pod up here. Well, it's a bandit ship now, but normally you can launch that with a dead person, even if it's not a bandit ship. This one requires a badge to go into, and this one is just regular pod. And
Go into.
the dive suit
that's
is
yeah,
in the
good
hands of the
idea.
engineer.
So the no
So-
healing.
Jacking. Has jacking been discussed? Has anything been jacked?
Nope.
Mm,
Why no
I'm
healing?
going to say that's a no. So if you can attack somebody, you can jack them. And jacking is just taking one of their items.
So I will not taking medical. I take the cyborg. I throw weapon.
Wait, actually, I'm not hearing anyone, so I'm going to assume that this is a problem for me.
It's a problem for you.
Mm-hmm.
I have 2 action with cyborg because he's uncanny. And I drag.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Okay.
Okay. I can hear you on it.
Medical. Wait, what's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Cure.
No.
How do you move twice in cure?
Because the second move is free for the medical bot.
Right. They can move for free into a section.
So
with
the
an injured
medical
character.
bot gets 1 point for reviving somebody.
You are messing with my plans.
Not really.
I'll use the engineer again, and I'll move out, which will trigger, or rather,
Yep,
Yes.
it will trigger.
At the end of your next turn, it'll trigger your. This hasn't happened yet, right?
No, it happens right now.
Okay, so that's the end of your turn. So the fuel cells get damaged, and that is going to start a fire in the fuel cells and in the adjacent section of the tanks. That means that anyone in the tanks without a helmet is dead. Dead.
Or a robot.
So that is well, the robot is fine actually. Anyone that can't survive hazards, essentially. So the test subject and the troubleshooter are both dead.
Yeah, and the sections is damaged. And
It's damaged as well.
always the Hemlab and the...
Oh, I missed that there is that the fuel cells are set on fire.
Yeah, I also...
What exactly caused that?
the engineer being revealed.
The engineer's reveal power caused a damage thing. There was a whole turn where this was going to get damaged, but yes, now.
But the fuel cells, okay. Fuel cells, if they are damaged, they
blow up and they start a fire in the fuel cells and in the tanks. Yes.
I didn't realize that, but that's okay.
Well, there's a medbot right here that can, bring them back to life again, and then they'll die again, and then it'll bring them back to life again, and then they'll die again. So if somebody's a medbot, that's a lot of points that they can get just by reviving these two people over and over and over again.
Absolutely.
That's a weird interaction.
So my turn?
Commander is going to try to get the medbot and one of these two characters actually dead into the medical evac pod. In order to evacuate.
Sorry, this is really annoying that I can't get Discord working on my computer, which means I can't write things.
So what do you say if these are revived? They basically instant die again.
Yes.
Yes.
It's because there's fire there and they have no helmet.
That's
So
very unpleasant.
if the medbot revived both of those, the medbot would get 2 points, and the newly revived humans would die again.
Okay.
The other thing is that
Yes. Medico is following his doctrine and makes everyone happy.
yeah, it's going to be an interesting one to work with, medical bot. Yeah.
Okay, Medical Bot. Medical Bot is okay. If I activate it now, I only get one.
One action, yeah.
Correct.
Yes, I see. I see. Then I will use this action to revive one of the two. Probably doesn't matter.
So
I
you're
also-
activating the medbot?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry. Yeah, exactly. I also have a medical compromise I could use.
You could, if you wanted to, use that now.
Then you have two actions, so I don't know what the plan is.
Wait, I have two actions. I thought I have only one, and I also dropped
If
my.
you have the medical bot compromat, you could use the medical bot compromat as your second action, is what Samuel is saying.
Exactly.
Yeah. So okay, then I will do that and revive 2 times.
Okay, so you revive both of them, and then they both die again, and the medbot
Okay.
gets 2 discs on there. The medbot is very
Surely
happy
you are
that he
not
is
the medical.
fulfilling.
because you give points to the medical.
The medical bot is very happy about his current lot in life. Just, continuously revive. The medical bot just gets this level of, robot endorphins every time that he revives
Yeah,
somebody.
I really don't understand why multiple people would want to revive continuously. Unless your
Because
goal
they're
is
both
to have people.
sadistic. They're both sadistic people.
Yeah, but you're just giving points to someone else. I mean,
If you think that the medical bot is someone else.
if I think there's somebody.
So command is now, it's no longer the first officer in command, right? I think it's the engineer right now.
Yes.
Yeah, though I'm liking that rule less and less. I feel like that rule is not long for this world. That we're gonna.
Yeah, it
suggest that
needs
we-
constant checking and.
The only reason it's there is because people kept thinking it was a thing. We had to keep telling people no command doesn't move. But I don't like all of the repercussions from it, so I think it will just stay with the dead person. It's a lot easier of a rule to explain than having to keep track of all this.
I will activate the stowaway to release Project X.
Project X has been released.
Nice.
Oh,
And
man.
it is the
Oh,
Behemoth. It
yes.
is the Behemoth Robo Hybrid. So this is a character that can be activated,
That's too bad.
and it has the Juggernaut and armored abilities. So the Juggernaut ability means that it can move through locks, which is an issue right now in the game, and it can only be downed with guns. So at the end of every player's turn, it attacks a human or robot in the same room. If there is nobody in that room, it moves to a section closest to the nearest human or robot, and then it damages that section. So imagine like a Juggernaut, just like the X-Men Juggernaut, just like ramming into a room and destroying it, or if not destroying it, like killing the person inside.
Cool stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the end of the game for me.
Yeah, I moved the turn.
I moved it, yeah.
So at the end of that player's
already
turn,
moved it.
right? So at the end of that player's turn, the Behemoth, I just call it the Juggernaut, is going to try to kill anybody in the room. There's nobody in the room, so it's going to move to closer to a human or robot, which is just going to be the crowd.
So anyway, that was one action. I'll turn off the cameras as my second action. And then the monster moves, fire spreads.
You cannot move. You cannot turn off cameras from bridge.
Oh yeah, right, sorry.
Can't turn on cameras at all because you're in backup power, right?
They are, in fact, off, right?
They are off and they cannot be turned back on. Yes, off.
So
Off.
you have
Stop
one
doing
more
it.
action.
I have one more action.
You can remove fire or gas, or you can move command to next.
That's true.
Next in the command.
Ooh.
So any
Ooh.
I
human.
like how the
Next
monkey's
one.
just been watching the everything unfold from the security monitors. Just
There's
with a
no one
smile on
else
his
to.
face.
I can't move it to a dead person, so
You
the
can move
engineering
it to any human.
command.
Yes.
Any undowned human. Interesting. Okay.
Or you can wait and take your disc back.
I mean, you just released Project X, right? So, there's...
I'll take my disc back.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's how the wait rule, of course, works.
And that is turn.
Okay, Iceborne Daredevil. I move to hazard for free. I move with the troubleshooter here.
The medbot's like, no, that's my patient.
Did not authorize that.
And I throw the nanomeds to the space.
Like, why are you trying to revive them in the medevac pod? They only revive them once. That's not fun. It's fun to revive them multiple times.
Okay. The medbot says, that's a good idea.
Interesting.
Who do you have here?
Yeah, and we are forgetting fire and the monster.
Yeah.
Fire should spread.
Monster first moves. Right.
No, here.
At the end of Peter's turn, the monster has moved once. But yet, at the end of Peter's turn, it moves again.
Yeah, so it should move.
At the end of every player's turn, it moves.
Yes.
Yes.
So at the end of Peter's turn, it moves. At the end of my turn, it moves. And it moves to... I think it moves to the forward hub, right?
Yes.
To the closest non-downed. Okay, so at the end of next turn, the monster has a choice to go up or down.
Yes.
By the way, it's going to damage every section that it goes through if it doesn't attack somebody.
Oh, well, doesn't the fire damage these sections too?
Yeah.
So they were damaged anyway. So we just forgot that.
And then it goes here, and then that gets damaged as well.
Okay, so now it's on.
Activate the
No,
stowaway.
it is not damaging the section right away. So, not.
At the end of a player's turn, they must attack a human or a robot located with this monster. Okay, so yeah, that happens at the end of the player's turn.
And I'll move the stowaway into the evac pod.
Everybody wants to get into the evac pod, but there's no dead people.
And this needs some down human inside.
Oh, does it?
Yeah,
Yep.
that's the medevac pod.
You can read
That's
here.
Figured to get in there and Well,
You can press the launch all you want, and it's gonna say, body not found.
And you no longer have weapons.
But
Very
you have
really
helmet
screwed it up
and
there.
you can go through the space to the pods on other side.
Yep.
Yes.
You can go here.
So EVA, and there's EVA ports that'll let you go EVA. There's 2 rooms in the station that allow you to go back into the station from EVA.
I guess she has a
Rear
helmet,
lock and
so
forward lock.
let's go to EVA.
Where you could pick up the nanomeds if you want to.
That's fine. Well, I guess I'll do that. There's no reason not to.
Stow
Wait,
away.
no,
No reason not to is the whole reason why we added a carry limit.
So is something happening with the fire and the monster now, or?
Lots of things are happening.
So the monster now sabotages that section, right?
Yes.
Do I get it?
Yes.
Not the fire, because the fire only spreads.
At the end of Green's turn.
Yeah.
So where does the monster move?
No, do
So
not
the
move
monster,
the fire.
Would that be Chief's
Monster
decision?
just sabotaged.
Well, Peter, I'm putting it here to show that this is where the fire is going to be at the end of Green's next turn.
Okay.
So the monster,
Okay.
monster, there's EVA, and there's EVA ports that'll let you go EVA. There's 2 rooms in the station that allow you to go back into the station from EVA.
Mm, okay.
Rear lock and forward lock.
I think it's not good idea.
Fine.
Okay, so the monster does.
So the
No, the
monster
monster has
is
just damage
equidistant
this
from here and here. So it's up to the player to decide where they want it to move.
And did
So
you play?
Cheap needs to decide whether he goes down or up.
No, just this turn. So after Ardon's turn, he sabotaged this section.
Okay.
So next turn, he will move again.
Yeah, and the next turn after it damaged the section. And
Yeah.
So if it goes down, then the path will be
So
down.
yeah, my apologies. This actually changed.
Attack the
This changed
engineer.
because I did say this changed because I did say in a previous game that it just killed everyone and it killed damaged all the pods. So we
yeah,
needed to make
it
slower.
was in previous, but the monster was very quick, and he killed
Yeah,
everything.
So we needed to slow it down. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so at the end of my turn, I can decide if it goes up or down.
Yes.
Cool.
And it's actually a very interesting choice because it could have major repercussions.
That is probably true.
Or you can move someone closer to be decoy.
The engineers. Okay, yeah, I could do that.
I mean, who do you want dead? Do you want the people here dead, or do you want the people there dead?
That is a good question. Yeah, that's a good question. But I mean, he will. How will he act when there are multiple people at a location?
But only
picks
Daredevil
one of the characters.
can move to the fire.
Sorry.
There is fire in the tanks, so
Yeah.
so Daredevil can survive there, but not the troubleshooter.
Yes, but the robot could also. Okay, let me think for a second here. I think I will reveal my guy and
Nice.
reveal myself as the bot.
Well, Samuel was doing such a good job. You should have just let him continue to do stuff with the medical bot.
Yeah.
So you use the cubes on the.
So you get
You get 1 point for that.
this. You get another point for that cube being on your card.
And that cube you get back.
Okay. Okay, what happens to this? Stay here? So he's
Yes.
still only one action for this turn.
Correct. But he
Yeah.
also, because you revealed, you now have a weapon.
That's what I was looking
Do you-
for. So
You want a gun instead?
what?
No, weapon.
Oh,
Okay.
Gonna be a sword for the medical bot.
a gun is not a weapon. Weird.
Yeah.
So okay, now I
I've already told Matt that we need to change that, but he likes gun just because it's a 3-letter word. I think that it should be blunt weapon and energy weapon. He has a problem with energy weapon, but he won't tell me why. It's like he has a bad history with energy weapons, apparently.
Interesting. I will activate myself with the medical bot to down the troubleshooter.
Okay, that's the end.
I'm sorry for that.
Samuel, you've been saying that for a while now.
It might be
Yeah.
a strategy.
I mean, no,
I think
that's-
Medibot is just gonna win regardless.
The funny
Yeah.
thing is, Samuel, I mean, I see your character.
And you
And,
move the monster.
I'm completely confused.
Yes.
Why are you completely confused?
Your actions and your your reactions do not match up with your PC as I see it.
Well,
It's good bluffing.
I mean,
Quick question.
I didn't
sorry.
think that I would be in the vicinity of any prospective PCs. So I was hoping to contribute to keeping stability on board the ship.
Okay. We can talk about it after.
And your turn?
Yeah,
Um,
but of course you
well-
can't count on that.
what happens for when I have a compromise of someone who is revealed?
You can compromise them and they can choose not to do it. If they choose not to do it, they become a suspect.
I see. Okay.
And if you are done, and your turn?
Yes. Yeah, I was just thinking if I didn't. Yeah, but I'm done. Fine.
So the monster destroys the rear
No, not yet.
where he is?
No. It just moved there. Does it?
Okay.
Doesn't do anything, right?
Correct.
I thought at the end of your turn that it would sabotage the rear hub.
No, it's moved at the end of my turn, and then at the end of the next turn it will.
No, it's
Destroy
attack
stuff.
or sabotage, and if it cannot happen, it moves.
Okay, so turn marker has been moved.
Yes.
I'll activate the Daredevil, move into the cargo claw, and kill the stowaway.
Oh, nice.
That's a thing. Okay.
Yeah, so the cargo claw is a special room that I always forget to mention. From here, characters can pick up items from EVA and down a character in EVA.
But you
You
need
can
the
also do it
jury.
if you have jury rig. Yeah. So you can basically take somebody in EVA and cut them in half, which Peter likes a lot.
Wait,
But-
why
but-
why is Daredevil dead?
It shouldn't be.
But the Daredevil cannot use cargo claw.
Correct.
Why not?
They don't have jury rig.
Where does it
I
say
think-
jury rig? From here, jury rig characters.
That's a
God damn
troubleshooter. But he's dead.
Yeah.
That's lame. Come on, that's the
so-
coolest thing from this.
You
This
can
rule-
you
I
can
agree-
you
I
can
agree with
bribe
you, and I've already-
medical to
I've-
heal
I-
him and use the troubleshooter to do it, if you want.
This is
I
true.
used my bribe already.
So I don't disagree with you. It is a bummer that only jury rig characters can do it. I've asked Matt about it already. It's because the cargo claw was super overpowered. People were just indiscriminately killing everyone in space with it. So we needed to make it a little harder to use.
Okay.
But I don't disagree with you. It is something that I feel like should be. I think maybe it should be a system action or a command action. None of which would help you right now, but we just need to balance that a little more. The cargo claw is.
Yeah, I seen it in
dangerous-
action only few times.
Yeah, I'm sure you have, Peter.
Why
Peter
would-
was killed. Peter was killed like second turn by the cargo claw
Yes.
once.
Why wouldn't the Daredevil just revive the troubleshooter?
How should he
Why
do
would I want to do that?
I'm confused again. I'm looking at the wrong cards.
No, I throw the medical nanomeds to
Yeah.
the space.
Yeah, the stowaway has it. Yeah.
So the Daredevil was here.
Yeah.
Or you can renegotiate.
Peter, were you a part of any games? Because I wasn't a part of any games where the card will fly. This is what Matt told.
No, I probably seen only once when I revealed as a border and I was killed by Cardo Cloth.
All right, you know what?
Right
I'm going to
after
allow
that.
Cargo Claw to be used by anyone. There you go. Dead.
And put your disc on. There you go.
Discord still being annoying
Okay,
on my computer.
that's turn. And monster now destroys this and fires red.
Remember to
Yes.
yeah, you need to tell me when you're messaging me because it's on my phone and I can't see it.
I see. Yeah. Yeah. Nothing right now. And probably soon. I'm
No,
thinking.
I checked my phone and that's when I saw it. But like,
Yeah.
if you message me again, you need to tell me that you messaged me.
Sure.
I will renegotiate on the stowaway. And I do not see my disc. And the monster moves to the engineer.
So I think I see the one misunderstanding, which is that I had, which is that the X secret is in the position of the wrong character.
Yes.
Not that it matters anymore. And they cannot be transmitted anymore because they are out. Oh, it can be transmitted actually.
No.
Not that it matters. It can be given, right? It can be shared as data with a co-located character.
But
Sure, but they're not.
it has
So
no
they're
it
already
has
gone.
no use for you because the project tick is released. If you
Yeah,
are
no, that's the real point.
You can't send data after you
No, but
make
they
it
are
necessary.
co-located, right?
I understand that, but you can't do any more actions with a character that is already in the mesosphere.
Okay, good.
So you
Well,
you can't physically activate a character that is in the mesosphere.
Yeah, so I mean, not that it matters anyway because Project X is released, but this thing should have been on the first officer,
yes.
not on the Ghost. So I misunderstood what having the data really implies. Anyway, I'm going to renegotiate cyborg test subject.
I'm also just gonna renegotiate
And use the monster.
on the
Oh
investigate.
yeah, but the monster kills the engineer. That's right.
A lot of dead people all around.
And someone else says that that is not how the game.
Okay, so there's two things you need to be thinking about. Either get points by reviving these dead people, or trying to meet your bonus character a condition. Those are
That is
really the
indeed
only two.
what I'm thinking about. Question about the pod. So there has to be like a dead and a live person in it, and then how to activate it from inside, from outside.
They're exactly the same as every other pod. You activate it from inside. You put a time disc on it. At the end of your next turn, you escape. Or if somebody is here, they can launch you that same turn. But you don't get any points for reviving somebody with the medevac bot. And you don't need to survive. The medical bot doesn't care about
Yeah, sure. Just it was more a question about people removing my stuff.
So if you wanted, if the Daredevil wanted to survive, then yeah, they would move into here, drag the troubleshooter, and I don't know, maybe they can do a bribe on the medical bot, but that's used, so I guess you can't do that. But yeah, so ideally a situation would be you do this, you drag into here as a second action, and if this was anyone but you, you can bribe this person to shoot you off into space. Otherwise, you just have to wait until next turn and hope that you can. Maybe you bribe the Daredevil. Do you have a bribe? Yeah, you still have a bribe. So you could bribe the Daredevil just to activate the pod, and hope that those two are still in there at the end of your next turn. Which isn't a terrible idea, because nobody else can. The only way that people can go back out of here is by activating them or bribing them or compromising them.
But
So
the
if you put enough cubes.
healing is points that you have for sure.
Yeah, that is true.
Healing is points you have for sure. Yes.
Yep, that is true. So I basically could.
Remember that you can move for free into sections with a dead person. So you can move here for free, revive the test subject, and then the test subject dies again, and then you can revive the test subject again.
I can and revive him twice.
You can take the troubleshooter with you.
You do have only one action, I think.
And you
right?
can take the troubleshooter with you. Were you the medical bot last turn, Jan?
Yes.
Yeah, I was.
In which case, you only have one action, so it could be one free action and then revive the test subject to the second action. And yes, you could drag the troubleshooter with you if you wanted to,
but I don't want
do
to.
stuff. But
no.
I'm
right.
disconnected again.
So
okay, I will reconnect.
Yeah, I'm disconnected
I'm gonna
too.
save this. Save this in the meantime, just in case I get bumped out.
Got kicked out of the server. Hello.
Yeah,
Yes.
we're all in the same place.
Which is not the game. Okay, so my turn is not spectacular, so I will be the medical bot again, do a free move, and revive the test subject once. Oh no, all my points. And then that's my turn.
Okay, I'll advance the turn marker once.
What does the monster do?
Yeah, monster shoot damage reactor.
So the reactor is damaged. That causes more hazard. So it's gonna do this and that and that. And the station
Blackout.
is now in blackout, which means all sections act as if they are damaged. And you cannot use EVA ports, and any lock section, which I don't believe there are right now, can be, as an action, can be...
So the pods can be
unlocked.
launched only from within.
I think to maybe take note of, like, if they are considered damaged, or what just said, would the monster not stop and damage it? Or would it still do that?
That's a good question, and
Because that might be...
I don't know the answer to that. I will note that. I'm gonna say that the monster still damages the section. So the difference being that in Blackout, the section doesn't work, right? But it's not damaged. So that's essentially what that means. So
It was just the wording that made me feel that maybe there was an...
No, you're right, and it is mentioned that way, and I'm just clarifying right now that for the purposes of this playtest, Blackout means that the section is down, but not damaged.
Test subject is revived now, right?
But it instantly dies again
Yes.
from the fire.
Okay.
Let me see if Discord finally loads.
And is troubleshooter I'm here, or he's moved?
No, he's there.
I'll just renegotiate on the stowaway.
I can't get it to load on my browser, and I can't get it to load from the app. So I'll just have to write a note for later.
And move the monster and the fire.
How do I duplicate fire?
You can't. Only I can.
Okay.
And monster.
And the monster.
It can go anyway to the Daredevil. No, I think it should go one
Through
two-
EVA?
Yes.
Oh, that's a thing.
Isn't the monkey closer?
Oh, let's.
Oh right, forgot about monkey. Okay.
Yeah, it should go here. I will renegociate on the monkey.
Okay.
I
And
move
the
first.
monster, of course. Right. Renegotiate.
You cannot renegotiate from escaped,
Oh, that's true.
but you will get your cubes back from the first officer.
That's true, so. So then there is literally nothing I can do. I mean,
There's nothing you can do. If there's nothing you can do, there's nothing you can do.
Right. Is doing nothing actually an option?
I mean, you say that, but like you have cubes.
True,
There's
but they're
definitely
on
things you
escape
can do.
characters.
No,
The
you
cubes
have
are on-
cubes on your here.
Right, but I don't want to do anything with them.
Well, that does.
Am I
So,
forced
so what you're saying is there's nothing that you want to do, but there's
That's
definitely
true.
something you can do.
No. But literally, does the rule allow? Does the game allow for doing nothing during a turn?
Yes, absolutely.
There's a wait
And
thing.
you could run into a case where you can't do anything, right? Because your character might
Just
disallow you
wait.
from using this last
Right
Okay,
here,
wait
Samuel.
is-
Right there.
Yeah, but
I'm
with-
pointing at it.
okay.
I'm pointing at it right now.
Okay, with what
actually
character
you
can I-
are renegotiating,
True.
but
What-
you get
What
nothing
character
back.
can I wait? With what character can I wait? Because these
True.
have escaped, right? So I can't do anything with them anymore. So they can't wait either.
Yeah, I think you are
You can-
renegotiating, but you cannot return any cube.
Okay.
So at the end
Yeah.
of your turn,
I mean,
monster.
it's a bit of a weird. It's
destroys
a
Rec
bit of a
Room.
weird edge case.
Yes.
I mean,
Samuel, we get it. Like I
Yeah.
understand your.
so
point.
okay, that ends my turn. Yeah.
Yeah, it happens to me in last game also.
I think passing might be the way to go because I don't think there's anything that could matter.
Well, renegotiate if you can, or just pass.
I don't
I
think
mean, there used to be just a pass action. I mean, it used to be just pass. You just pass and you don't want to do anything. And then instead of pass, we added like wait and renegotiate. But ultimately, it's just pass. You can pass and move on to the next person.
Okay.
We need to come up with some thematic reason for how pass works. We can do that, but all you need to do is pass.
I'll just renegotiate this disc then. Well, this
Yeah,
cube.
you take your disc also.
I don't think it matters, but
You must.
Negotiate is a tiebreaker. Influences the tiebreaker.
And you need to take your disc and move the monster.
If you are tied with somebody at the end of the game, whoever has the fewest cubes in the betrayal box is the first tiebreaker. Whoever has the most cubes in their hand is the second tiebreaker.
They only move to the betrayal box if the stowaway is revealed, right?
Yes, there can be other things, but for the most part, yes.
Right.
And move the monster.
Yep.
So, are you taking a disc back or not?
No, it is not that yet.
Oh, it just moves.
Okay.
Yep. Just moved. Yeah. Okay, last turn, right?
Well, Stock, are you done?
No, I haven't done anything yet.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I don't recognize the voices.
Yeah, no worries. Just thinking. So it's the last turn?
There's one more turn after this one.
No, but the antimatter will explode and...
So unless the monkey runs to the antimatter and throws it out into space...
It's very surely its last turn.
Yes.
Okay, so then I will just...
After the cheap turn, it will explode and if it... and the station fall.
Okay, then I will just
You're somebody,
revive. Yeah, I will do that. Okay. So yeah, I will revive the what's the subject and get a point for that. So by the way, the green disc does it never go back if he just passes? It doesn't matter anymore.
What?
The green disc is at the Daredevil for a couple of rounds now, so it does not go back if he does he renegotiate.
If he renegotiates, he has to take back his disc.
Then it would be back.
Okay. That would have actually made a bit of a difference for me because I never used the Daredevil because the disc was lying there for a couple of turns now.
No, mistake.
But
decide whether to skip the remainder of your turn, except resolve events, and return your activation disc and one conspiracy cube from an unescaped character.
It's only been there for one turn though, because I used them the turn prior to that to kill the stowaway in EVA.
Okay. Yeah.
And activate.
Yeah, it would have been a smarter move for me than to use the Daredevil last round and go back to the medical thing now, but not a big difference. Okay.
And monster kills or sabotage.
So I guess the poor monkey dies.
Okay.
Okay. And I'll just renegotiate. And destroy the section.
Yes. And move in the fire.
I just did a little flowchart for this behemoth that we need to add on there. So it's attack if there's no attack, move, or damage if there's no damage.
I renegotiate and the monster moves, I think, here to go Eva.
They can go. No, they can't go Eva, right?
They
Oh, no,
can.
it can.
Ignore hazards.
Yeah, it can go Eva. Well, that's nice. That means it will end Eva.
Yeah, I think the Juggernaut will be better
Also, they
named
will
than
actually
this
end
long
there.
name.
That's nice. You can't damage Eva, right?
I agree, but a reminder that there's an actual Marvel character with that name that works very similarly.
Okay, I did my renegotiate nothing action.
Or the Behemoth only, maybe.
Yeah, okay, that's true. They moved there. So I guess EVA cannot be damaged, right?
No.
Base cannot be damaged. No.
That would be difficult.
I mean, formally speaking, does EVA count as a section?
Yes.
It does. Okay.
Actually, in the rules, it says it is not section.
Okay, that's good because that helps everything.
But
It's
it
not.
maybe make some problems.
I remember that we had the stowaway, whether it might appear on. No, it was it again. That character that can move around from dark section to dark section.
That's
The monster,
some
you mean?
alien or something.
No,
Can we finish the game?
one of the characters.
Okay, whose turn is it?
Cheap start.
Arno, last turn.
Then
You
it's
end?
my turn.
That's it. No, it's over now.
No, it's over.
Wait, do I get my turn? The last one, or
No, you don't.
that's rude.
All right, so yeah, at the end of Cheap went. At the end of Cheap's turn, the antimatter
I
blows
see.
up,
Mm-hmm.
and the antimatter is where it's in the hands of the engineer, and the engineer is sitting dead in the reactor. So the antimatter blows up. Everyone on board the station is downed, and
The
then
only
the
thing-
station falls. So the Daredevil's dead. The medical bot is dead, and that's it. So we can do scoring now.
It depends because
We
the
do
Daredevil-
revealing first.
the Daredevil might survive, right?
Why might the Daredevil survive?
Wait,
If somebody reveals as a Daredevil,
because they have a
they would
helmet.
survive. Yes. Yes.
Oh,
if
okay,
somebody
yeah,
reveals as a
conspiracy power,
Daredevil,
you're right,
But
yeah.
but I know who everyone's character is, so the Daredevil's dead.
Oh, okay.
But someone has the dive suit, so they would not survive.
It is.
So I ended 5
It
points.
is a good question if the possessed mean possessed by that person.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
They still
another-
possess. It's still possessed by them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the engineer still possesses the dive suit.
So first we reveal and put cubes from the revealed characters, and maybe do some reveal powers.
But I will note that just to ask. Down person still. I mean, it isn't the case for other things. If a down person possesses the artifact, they don't actually possess the artifact. But I've noted it for Matt. All right, so let's go in order for the new player just to see scoring. So Green has 2 VP if they survive. The stranger survives. 2 VP if your conspiracy is unrevealed at Stationfall, which it is unrevealed because I assume that you just did that now.
Yes, just did.
If you complete your bonus card, so you did complete your bonus card, so that's right, the stranger, the exile, so that's 4 points. And then 2 VP if co-located with your bonus card at Stationfall, which you were. So yeah, that's 10 points. You do not have your bribe, so you're good to go there. Peter?
Yes.
You were
I am
the-
engineer, and every human that survive is 4.
I'll let you do your thing because now Matt
And
is
2 are
messaging me.
from the chain of command, that's 6. Troubleshooter did not survive. I have bribe and I am not over limit, so I have 7.
Okay. First officer did not use the conspiracy theory ability, survived. The ex-secret data was in the possession of a conspirator, but not in the possession of the first officer, so that was a mistake. But also Project X was released. So first officer 2 points. Counselor survives, 2 points, that's 4. Bribe, 5 points.
Okay. Cheap.
I think I just have 5 points because I just noticed I have a disc in the betrayal box. Antimatter went off, so that's 3 points. I think no biosample left the station.
Right. The artifact did not escape. No one touched the artifact. The artifact was here the entire
So
game.
that's
No one even
6.
looked at it.
But I also lose a point because I have
You don't
one in
lose
the
a
betrayal
point.
box, so I'm up to 5, I think.
No, you don't lose a point.
Oh.
So if you go over your cube limit, you lose a point for every cube that you are over your limit.
So you're actually at 7 because you still have your bribe.
Yep.
Oh, I thought bribe deduced one, not gave me an extra.
Nope.
If you haven't used it, you get 1 point at the end.
Right.
Okay, so sorry,
Okay.
Matt is messaging me at the same time that this is happening. Matt confirms that the Daredevil does not survive in that situation because you do possess an item. That's
Okay. So medical now?
Very good score.
Yep. I got, I think, 7 points here on the medical. And I got my bribe.
So
I
you-
think that's all.
You're 1 over... Oh, okay, no. Never mind.
all right. So you have how many of these? You have 7.
7.
That's
7,
8 points.
And you have your bribe. That's 8, and you are not over your cube, so that's 8 points.
Okay.
Okay. So feedback. There's a couple things that I want to know, and then I will ask around if anybody needs to go. Feel free.
Just quickly, because I don't have very much time, but if you want to ask a little bit or talk a little bit about the first officer, then I have 5 minutes, let's say.
Yes, let's. So tell me everything you need to tell me.
Well,
Gotta go,
I mean,
so let's catch up later.
You were puzzled by my behavior, so I